Hello everybody, we're going to go ahead today and go over some basics of punching. Now, it's one of those things that people constantly overlook because it's like, oh, I know how to punch something, I know how to punch something. And the general public, of course, will do it wrong more times than not. But it's surprising how many martial arts people will do it wrong. And the reason why people will do it wrong is because it's so basic and so simple. And although many people preach that the most important thing is the basics, deep down, most people still skip the basics. So we're going to go back to it. I'm not going to teach you how to be a karate guy or kung fu guy or a boxer or anything else. I'm going to teach you how to make a fist, how to punch. Now, there's going to be a lot of variations on the punch, and I know from style to style, and some people might be experts in one way or another, might disagree with me, but this really, overall, is the only way to throw your punch, okay? So we start with an open hand. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll pinky, ring finger, middle finger, first finger, and I roll them all in nice and tight. I'm going to take that thumb and I'm going to put it right over my middle finger. Now, that is important start, okay? It used to be Gichin Funakoshi in his book Karate Do My Way of Life talked about how he just, when he had soap in his hands, hear that cracking? That's my hand, sorry. But I've been doing that since I was a kid. It's not because of martial arts. But he would say that he would put soap in his hands and practice just making a fist, just making a fist, making a fist. Because when you have holes in the fist, although maybe that adds a little bit of bounce in the fist, it also leaves it kind of out so that you can break things. So first of all, you need to roll those fingers up, put that thumb over the middle finger. Now, if you've watched any of my videos in the past, you know that I recommend palm strikes, especially when you don't fight very much or when you're panicked and punches just feel impossible. So let's go on to the next thing, is the shape of the fist. See, if I punch like this, you might think, oh, well, that's normal. But the thing is see how this knuckle has nothing behind it? So when I make contact, it's going to go like that, and it's going to break this bone right here. I'm going to take my knuckles, and I'm going to line them up, the first two big knuckles with the bones in the arm. And I always, I tell people to picture the Wolverine. So imagine your claws are coming out. If your claws came out, you wouldn't want them to come out and go like that. You want them to come straight out. The next thing is I want my fist so it's not like this, and I want my fist so it's not like this. I want it straight so like a little airplane could fly right off the top of it. So it has kind of this diamond shape, boop, 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 and it's nice and flat. Now, I'm not a big knuckle push-up fan. Some people are really big on that. I really don't. Especially if you're older or if you're younger. It's really, you got to start at a perfect time. I'm just not a fan of them. But what I will tell you is if you're on a soft type surface, or you can even do it on a hard type surface if you're doing it right. If you line your first two knuckles up on the floor and just go to your knees like you're doing like a knee push-up, and just line them up on the floor like that, and just notice that you don't crack and crack and crack. Okay, that's one way to give you an idea of the impact. Now, where I punch from, up here, down here, that's going to be a whole next session that we won't worry about. But I will say some people punch with their fist down, some go 45 degrees, some go all the way up over here, and then of course you start getting into your uppercuts, hooks, and all that other stuff. So punching is a many-faceted thing, but I can tell you, you have to keep that alignment in the hand, okay? As far as knuckles and all these different little like positions and stuff that people get all excited about, it all comes from good positioning here. So when you watch me hit the bag, here's the thing, yeah, it's okay. See, I'm holding right there and I've got it right out. So my hand won't do that. I won't crack my fingers. I won't do anything like that. But there's a lot of other things going on in here. I'm locking in at the end of the punch. Now at some point in time, you're going to learn how to use your legs, the floor, everything to throw your punch. And it's going to be a lot like throwing a light bulb at a brick wall, because your little hand is not going to be able to tolerate the force that your body can do. That won't happen day one if you learn how to make a good fist. Probably won't even happen for a couple of years, but at some point it will happen. And that's why you have to better and better and better get good at making that fist. Okay? Again, that's all I'm going to go over today, but good fist, straight punch, keep it correct. When you throw your punches in classes, don't punch and have your hands like this. A lot of boxers will shadow box with their hands open. That's fine, but they're not actually hitting anything with their hands open. So never fight with your hands like this. If your hands are open, yes, you can punch a little faster, but those guys, when they get to the end of their punch, they're locked out. They don't have their hand like that when they hit the target. So save that for a couple steps down the road when you get better. SpringfieldKarateandFitness.com. Those are the basics of just making the fist. Like I said, there's a lot of ways to throw that fist, and we can talk to you about them. We teach karate, kung fu, jiu-jitsu, tai chi, kickboxing, and MMA. So we pretty much run the gambit. Come in and see us or find yourself a qualified teacher, but keep yourself safe and don't do something you saw in a movie. We'll talk to you soon. Good luck.